I'm Spenser Hood. I was born in Minnesota and raised in a small town called South St. Paul. It was a pretty small town, but it was a great place to grow up. I created a lot of friendships and relationships with kids and adults all over town. It is definitely one of those towns where everyone pretty much knows about everyone. I attended South St. Paul High School, which had a huge impact on the person I am today. I was really involved, and I was involved in many groups and played many sports, including football, basketball, and track and field. From being so involved, I was able to build many friendships. I have a nice group of friends that really had an impact on who I have become. Without them, I may have gotten in with the wrong crowd. Maybe I would not have been the respectful person that I am today. I also have a pretty big extended family. Every holiday and every family gathering, we come together and have a great time. There's a lot of food, laughter, and activities that make everyone have a great time. This experience has made me a fun kind of guy, and I love to talk and meet new people. Once senior year ended and college started to approach, I was getting pretty worried. I wasn't going to be with my friends that were with me through everything. I wasn't going to be with my family that I always smiled and had a great time with. I was going to be on my own. It was a scary thought, but I felt confident that I would do just fine. Once August rolled around, I found out my room assignment. This was a pretty exciting yet very nerve-wracking experience. Who was going to be my roommate? Would it be some guy that I didn't like at all? Would we be best friends? I was very intrigued as to what was going to happen. As I looked at the email, it said that I would be all by myself my whole freshman year, in a single. Is this for real? Is this a typo? I can't be alone. I didn't even sign up to be alone in a single. I had to be reading this wrong. Nope, it was completely right. I was going to be living in a single my whole freshman year. I was pretty upset at this. I didn't get to have that first year experience that most freshmen would get. Of all the stories that I've heard in college, every one of them involved a roommate or friend. But in my case, I would not have that person. I wouldn't have an immediate person to go and talk to. I would be alone in my room for the next 7 months. I started to panic a little, and I didn't have an immediate friend. All my friends from home were already off to college, and I was the only one left. I was alone and pretty scared, which wasn't like me at all. And then, something happened to make matters even worse. A week before college, my great-grandma was admitted to the hospital. She had an infection that poisoned her blood and that got into her heart. She was in very bad condition. The doctors even said that younger people sometimes don't make it through this, and she was 82 years old. I know it might seem spoiled of me, and even if I was asking too much, because she was 82 years old. Some people are lucky enough to even meet their great-grandparents. But I had a great relationship with my grandma. My grandparents, most of my family, and my great do not even live close to me. Most of them live in Iowa, so I don't get to see them as much as I would like to. I would always think that some of my friends were so privileged to see their grandparents whenever they wanted. They didn't think it was that special either. They really took it for granted. I don't mean to be cocky, but out of all the great-grandchildren, Grandma Great loves me the most. I was the only one who knew her husband, my great-grandpa. He died when I was 3 years old. I vividly remember always having pillow fights with him and playing with him. She loved that I loved him. I always sit by her and talk to her, and I always love her as much as she loves me. She saw a lot in me. She thought I would become a great engineer, so that would be my major, I thought. I would make Grandma Great proud. When she became sick, it just made me sad. And on top of that, I was about to move in. It was sad seeing her sick. She was always on the move. She was very active, and she loves to dance. It was very sad seeing her bound to this hospital bed, not being able to go out or move around. And soon, I would have to move in. It was finally move-in day. I was already nervous because I would be alone. And on top of that, I was sad because Grandma Great was in the hospital. Once I hugged my mom and dad for the last time, I knew that I was on my own. What was I going to do? I was sad and alone. I then had the courage and the urge to just walk. I walked around Pioneer Hall to meet new people and hope for the best. I ended up making a lot of friends too, and it was a lot better than I thought it would be. I find myself barely ever in my room, and it was great. The U provided an awesome welcome week where I met a lot of friends, and it was a great time. It made me excited for the school year, and it was great, and I was loving college. Grandma Great wanted to see me. After a lot of thinking, I decided to go the pre-med track instead of civil engineering. I feel like the program fits me a lot better, and I have a lot of resources within the program that I'm already within. I also think that Grandma Great will love it to know that I will become a doctor so I can take care of her. I found out that if you put your mind to things and you don't worry so much, things will end up working out. And then you can live the life that you want to pursue.